Hello everybody, I'm back with part 2 of this Hunter 25572 from 1985 R&M original. I've got the new capacitor installed, about to put the switch cap back on. Pretty nice looking unit. The data tag, and then it's got the one on top. And a couple moments later, got the cap back on. I apologize for some wind noise. We'll go ahead and get some power out here and fire this thing up. See what it does with the new capacitor and the standard blade brackets. And it's running as you would expect. The wind suddenly kicked up quite a bit, so depending on how I like this video, I may redo it at a later time. So I think we're going to have to abandon ship. It's just getting too windy. Hello everybody. It's the next day, and I decided to make this fan a permanent install. This is that 1985 Hunter R&M original model 25572. I went ahead and put it in this front bedroom and put the antique brass plate on it as well as the blades, and then also a forearm light kit, antique brass as well. That's the glass that was handy, so I just went ahead and went with that. It was on that 5-arm light fitter that used to be on that Hugger fan that was in here. Here's a closer look at it. And it goes along with my theme of the more unusual types of these. It's a 1.1 amp, but it's got the reverse switch on top instead of down here where they are on the later models. So that's just kind of the stuff I like. Let's take a look at it with the light on. Let's start out on low. With the standard blade arms, it's got a decent low speed. I can feel just a nice gentle breeze from back here. Let's go on to medium. It's got a pretty quick medium speed. That should feel really nice on a hot summer night. Maybe just a tad more fast than I like, but it's okay. It's in this slightly larger bedroom, so it'll be alright. Let's move on to high speed. And it's phenomenal, as you would expect from an original. Being my first 1.1 amp, I wasn't sure how the performance of these would be, but I'm quite satisfied. I grew up with 2.5 amp R&M Hunter originals, so that's what I've been used to performance-wise. But these, I like this. And it's not quite as hummy as an R&M 2.5 amp. A little bit on low, but it's not really that bad. Now let's do a spin down. And I still need to go up there and top off the oil a little bit, since it is a permanent install. It's got a good spin down. Now let's do a reverse. Start out on low. Maybe not. Now. This one should be Isaac 24 approved. It's ever so slightly blowing the little curtains, the little, whatever you call those, window treatments. Medium. And it is on a U-hook, so it's not going to unscrew itself. You can really feel some air at the edge of the room now. Let's go to high. And it's rattling pictures on the wall. That's how much air it's moving. Right there, that's what that noise is. It's not from the fan. Let's do a spin down from reverse. Yes, this fan is a winner. And we'll take a look at it with the light on low speed. Very nice. And we'll do a spin down from low speed with the light on. Very nice. Now what happened to the fan that was in here? Well, let's go take a look. It's now in the office. The other one that was in here was pretty buzzy, especially when I put this 4-ohm light kit on it. So this one, it's a lot quieter running fan, and also threw the isolation ring on it. So it's much better. We'll just quickly go through the speeds. This is the highest speed. This is factory medium, which this is where I usually have it to sleep. And this is factory low. Which is also a pretty darn good speed. And here is extra low, which is a good speed to run it in on the wintertime. That's the 4-speed with the high-speed winding through a 15 microfarad capacitor. Makes a pretty good extra low speed. While I had it apart, I also got a new old stock vent plate in bright brass, and I went ahead and threw that on there. And it just sits there kind of like that all day long with a nice gentle breeze in the room. So that's the look at the 1985 25572, and where I moved one of the 1984 23272 fans. Thank you for watching.